Yeah, I'm drinking, bro.
I feel that. Yo, what's good? Welcome to the Here Y'all Go podcast, episode 3. We on 3. Yeah. 3. We on 3. I'm like, all right. Yeah. So it's good. I'm Tyan, D, Ion, Eric, Reek, Don. Nasir will hop in whenever he gets here. He's getting his car. But how's everybody doing? Everybody chime in, how's everybody doing today?
Good, man.
Doing well.
Quarantine, man.
Feel that. Quarantine and chill. We was talking about all the shows that we've been watching. We got D up here starting to watch Naruto. That's a very big accomplishment.
Oh yeah, show him your shirt, bro. Show him your shirt, bro.
You gotta show him the shirt.
I get my man an award, man. So far, you got a shirt.
Quarantine watching Naruto, then had to go to Target.
Bro left the house during quarantine to go get a shirt. That's how you
just
know
to get a shirt. That's how you know he's serious.
This is big time.
But so we're just gonna hop right in today. First, we had a big death during this week. RIP Fred the God. I didn't really know him, but I'm always pay respects. I never really heard his music, but definitely gonna pay respects here. Everybody else on the same type of time. Anybody like affected by it? Like anybody listen to him often? Anybody like?
I'm the same as you, Ty. I wasn't really big on Fred the God, but it's always sad to lose another life as somebody that's part of this culture. So that's what I heard. Everybody else that dealt with him, they said he was a very very respectable guy. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it's always sad to lose another human. So rest in peace, Fred the God, son. For sure. All right, now we're gonna jump into this local artist segment. So for this local artist segment, what we are going to do every week, we're going to search around VA, then eventually we'll get to South Carolina from my man Ion. But so for the next however long, next week we're looking for people, local artists. I think we have one already. So the week after we're going to look for another one. But basically how it's going to work is we're going to play like a 30 to 45 second clip of your song in the beginning of the pod and shout you out, tell you what we thought about it. And that's basically how we're going to go about it. We got bigger and better plans for it later on down the line, but that's how we're going to start it off for now. So our first one up is my boy Meka from the 703, his song Slipping Remix.
Guess you wanted my hand. You just running back and forth, nigga. Ain't a nigga let down. She'll give you what you want now. And I know you got a past. I don't care about this. And life is moving fast now. Spend time with her. I'm tryna wipe her new nigga. Some like I fell for her. On sight, girl, come over. Let's get right.
All right, bet. So, what everybody think about it?
I like the song, man. It has a very good feel to it. I like the women's vocals on the remix. It flowed very well. It sounds, very R&B. I love it.
For sure.
Of course, the original was great. The remix is
better.
The original was already great.
Yeah.
Took it to another level, man.
Yeah, the vocalist, I can't remember her name. I'm gonna look it up. But the link and everything will be in the description below. So make sure you guys go check that out for me. Next on the list, we're gonna jump right into these topics. So for music, we got the big one during last week was French versus Kendrick, and slowly turned into French versus Young Thug. But we just gonna stick with the French versus Kendrick. So my thoughts on the offer, when I was thinking about it, I was like, man, he can't be serious. Like, what French song do y'all think is beating Mad City when that comes on?
Honestly, the only song that French has, in my opinion, that is his song and not he's a feature on, that is top tier, is Pop That. That's probably the only one. That's mainstream that I can think of.
That is true.
He has a couple hits in his mix.
But see, now I got to think about that song because everybody else kind of outshined him. Which that's my problem with French Montana. Everybody outshines him on his own track. Like you should have sounded a feature on all your songs, bro.
Yeah, I remember. Hold on, it was a French. I think it was we dropped a project like 2 years ago or last year. The project was decent, but decent I guess for French. Because I'm not.
We don't expect much.
I don't have no high expectations when it comes to like a French song.
Mm-hmm.
I expect to hear who's coming on the song more than I hear French on the song.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm not like that's what I'm saying. I'm not finna like disrespect French, but he does like he's just when you try to put him up like with hits against Kendrick, it's not
fair.
I can't really sway much in your direction, but at the same time, it's just.
He was reaching. He was definitely reaching for sure. It was big reach. It was big reach.
I feel hearing this explanation of what he meant by saying like I'm better than Kendrick. Well, he didn't even say that. I think people just took what he said about I got more hits than Kendrick, and then equaling it to I think I'm better than Kendrick. I don't think that's what he's saying.
I don't think most of us thought that. I think even
not like us in the group, but
yeah.
Like outside of it was doing.
Yeah, but what in French Montana's discography? What song is beating Mad City? I still want to know.
Man,
nothing.
That's me in my opinion when it comes to French. I was just naming Pop That because that was the only song that he's the
stands out
for that song, and
I mean, Unforgettable.
No.
Unforgettable was
top 10. You can't say it went top 10.
That's what I'm saying.
Sway Lee made that song. Sway Lee made that song.
Sway Lee did make that song.
And he bought it. He bought it. It was legit. He bought it.
It's Sway Lee featuring French Montana.
Yeah. That's what it is for real.
He's a better feature artist than he is anything in my opinion.
Yes, very much so. But at the same time, like French doesn't really have hits that he like. He doesn't have hits like I'm saying like French Montana by himself or French Montana featuring somebody else. He don't have hits.
I feel
he's been on a lot of hits.
But himself
no. Him himself doesn't have a lot.
Whether he like get outshined or not, like I still like if it's your song, it's your song. Like, you can get outshined.
But the thing is, we're not looking.
Making that hit or not, like
we're not looking for French Montana though. That's the thing. nobody's listening to these big songs and looking for. I gotta hear
French
this
on
French.
this track. Yeah, French on this track. I gotta hear French voice.
His top song right now is No Stylist, and that's featuring Drake. I'm looking at it right now in front of me.
Yeah,
like that top thing he has right now. All right, then you got what else? Writing on the Wall, Welcome to the Party. That got Malone, Cardi B. Like, come on, no. I haven't even heard those songs.
I will put it like this. How often do you hear somebody say, "Hey, bro, can you go on that French?"
Never.
Never. That is never the first thing you turn.
Yeah, French Montana is one of those tracks where like everybody else go get a drink at the bar or something when he on. Like, all right.
I mean, Pop That is definitely one of the ones that you got to be out there for.
All right, man. Enough of this. Enough of this disrespect. Enough.
Disrespect.
Enough.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not fair. It's really
enough. It's just French Montana has joints. We all can agree.
Yes.
Yeah,
for
French
sure.
Montana, you go to a club and yes, like Ian said, he get on a track and you might not like remember his version of it, but it's still his track.
It's his track.
Is it actually?
It is. Like Work. Like the remix for that was good. That was a good one.
He ruined that
feature, but at the same time, like
point being, it's
not memorable at all.
It's Kendrick.
Yeah, it's Kendrick. Exactly. That's it.
But it's not gonna be a straight up wash because what we're talking about.
It depends on the hits.
You go to a club. You go to a club. 9 times out of 10, you might hear one Kendrick song. You're gonna hear more French Montana songs in the club. No, it's not a maybe. You're gonna hear more French Montana songs.
I'm talking about.
He's right. He's right. You're gonna hear more.
Maybe hear one.
Maybe
hear one.
Maybe. So in the argument of hit versus hit, we talked about this last week. It's not necessarily better song or better artist versus better song, better artist. It's the hit. But do you Kendrick has better songs. Period.
No, but do you classify a club banger as a hit because it gets played in the club? Do you classify that as a hit?
Can you count that as French song if he was featured on it?
Yeah, that's how these battles are working. They're using the feature song.
So even Kendrick's features. Let's go to the hits that Kendrick is featured on.
If that's the case, then Drake damn near could be anybody.
Yeah, all right. I don't want to spend too much time on this.
I'm not gonna go into Drake.
It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it.
We already know the answer.
We all agree it's
Kendrick. We all agree
it's
all Kendrick.
I'm just saying it's not like a straight up wash.
Yeah, it's not a wash.
What's being played outside is not necessarily the better song. It's just what's being played. The hit doesn't mean it's the better song.
I'm not gonna say it's a wash, but it's not as close. It's not close.
You ain't right, bro. Don't do that.
It's not close.
All right, let's hop into these TDE jobs though. All right, so what was the first one? Absol was the first one that came out. So for all y'all that don't know, TDE's birthday was
last week.
Was it last week?
Top Dog, I think it was Monday.
Yeah, Sunday, I believe.
Yeah, Top Dog's for Top Dog's birthday, he spent all week last week dropping music from everybody that's on TDE. And the first one was Absol's. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but it was a freestyle. What was everybody's thoughts on it?
It was good. It was good to hear from Absol again. I don't think we really. TDE as a whole is pretty private as far as artistry goes. So to hear from Absol again and that fresh, vocally and lyrically, still, it's refreshing to hear from him.
I definitely would agree. I want to pronounce the song as Dangaroo Kapawi. I want to pronounce it. But I'm a big fan of Absol lyrically. I've always, really appreciated him for that. This is definitely something I have been missing because Absol has been absent for quite some time now. Yes, you like what I did.
Really?
That's all you did there, bro.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to laugh. I didn't want to laugh.
Man.
I had to, man.
But yeah, so him being gone has definitely been something I have missed personally. Like you said, TDE is definitely a very private group. They limit themselves, to what they want to push out there. They don't just push out
trash.
The work. I honestly believe they are firm believers in quality over quantity. So
yeah, they don't push out trash at all.
All right, so for
I don't think TDE as a whole have a bad project.
No,
I don't think they have.
As a whole, no,
not at all.
I think they have one.
Not at all. So for day 2, it was Zakari. I didn't get a chance to listen.
I didn't get a chance.
How did I miss that?
Yeah,
How did I miss that?
So Zakari,
because it wasn't one of the bigger names.
It was 2 songs.
So Zakari had 2 tracks. It was This Woman's Work, which it had, you can say it had the sample from Maxwell's This Woman's Work. I'm not gonna say it had the beat necessarily, but it definitely did have the lyrics within it. I preferred that one over the first song that was dropped. I don't know what's up with these names. I can't pronounce that one myself.
Edamame?
Endamami, is that what you pronounce? Okay.
Edamame. Edamame. Yeah, something like that.
Like the little vegetable, like the edamame vegetable joint.
Nah, it's EDAMAME. But yeah. But I didn't personally get a chance to listen to it. Day 3 was Isaiah Rashad though.
Yes,
I know everybody gave that one a listen. What everybody think?
That's the best one.
Oh, you said that was the best
one?
Right.
Best one.
It was straight. I thought it was straight.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the best one.
It was awesome.
I don't know if that was the best one. But it
No,
was.
that was the best TDE one that dropped. That
Easy.
I think Reasons. I
that
think
I
Reasons
listened
was
to.
better.
That I listened to.
I think
Okay,
Reason
okay.
takes
See,
the top.
no.
Reason's
See, the
good
thing about Reasons, John, I'm with Ion on this one.
All right, we're gonna get there. Hold on.
Listen.
Hold on, we gonna get
Oh,
there.
I-
Just got on
Yeah,
the
we
train.
got
You
one
just
more.
got on the train.
We got one more left.
Hey,
We got one more left.
but
So,
I agree. I fully agree with that man. That was
Hold on,
that was
hold on, Don.
honest
Hold
to
on, Don.
God take.
So,
We'll go into it.
hold
We'll
up.
go
Day
into it.
four, we got Sir and Boogie. Rapper
That was
B.
Best one of the week. Best one of the week.
No,
Combo
but it
identity.
was Boogie though.
It was just Boogie.
You can't call that TDE when it's Boogie.
Sir,
Sir, it was Sir's song.
Just saying that was the best
It
song.
was Sir's song.
okay.
That was the best song.
But
Sir
Sir
didn't
got
want
Frenched on his shit, so
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's a good one. I don't think Sir tried for. I don't think
He
Sir tried.
didn't.
No, he didn't.
I don't
No,
think
he
he tried.
didn't.
and that's
He was-
fine.
I don't think
That
he
is
tried. What you got, Reed? Come on.
No,
what
he
you got?
tried.
I don't think he tried. He didn't try.
No,
I don't think
tried.
so.
no.
I don't think so. I ain't gonna do that to Sir, man. I ain't gonna do that.
Sir, yeah.
But
Okay.
Sir didn't get French.
Sir's not gonna lyrically beat Boogie. So
At all. It didn't
at his
go.
best, Sir is not gonna out lyric Boogie. He's not
Point
going to.
exactly.
That's not.
Yeah, so
That's what I'm saying. So even
a
if it
singer.
was his best, he's still gonna get Frenched on it by Boogie.
I mean, but I
It's
think
not a question.
it's not. But it wasn't. I don't think it was.
saying that.
I don't think it was that. All right, we ain't gonna dive too deep into it. All right, so the last one was Reasons. Personally, this Reasons might not make it. This is my favorite one.
Did you say Isaiah?
It was cold.
Yeah, we
It
said
was
Isaiah Rashad. Yeah. This is my favorite one for sure.
That was definitely my favorite one. I actually really, I don't know if you guys peeped the cover for the single itself too.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing to me.
Mm-hmm.
He damn near has every shot that he just about took in that song. Well, I wouldn't say it was shots that he took, but everything that he spoke on in this little cover he got here, and I really like it. Like I said, I just like the vibe that I got from him. He kept it to himself. He did what he wanted to do. Didn't fade anything. He just went, and I felt it. Like, as soon as
I definitely like from hearing from bro, not being on the Reasons train, as some people like to say. No, I want there from Jump Street. Yeah, you got to be there from Jump Street. Jesus, at least you get on the train.
Thanks.
So from hearing it off the rip, like, oh, this is a nice track. Like it was a nice track, and then going back to then hear his other work, I'm like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
It's like it's okay. Like it was a good track. Like it was a good track, but like versus his like what people have grown to expect from him, I can see how it was just like.
But you could literally say that. You could literally say that about every track that was dropped.
Yeah, I think that was
Isaiah Rashad's was okay compared to his other stuff. Sir's was okay.
Isaiah Rashad
Absol's was okay.
But I don't think. Yeah, I don't think.
Reason shit was bars. It was bars.
Like these were all Lucy's, and that was the point. I think.
Yeah,
I think that was the point. They were all Lucy's.
I don't want that from Reason.
You don't want the gimmicks. I understand. You don't want the gimmicks.
I don't like that. I've never I think that's why I have a problem with him. Like, that's like to me, it's just like there's so much more. Like, so much more you can do.
Like you're better than dropping names.
Complete bars.
Yeah.
Complete bars. That's just not what I wanted to hear from Reason. After not hearing from Reason on like a track that's him, like just him. In a hot little minute, like
it's been a while.
You see what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to hear that from Reason. When you go from, you know what I'm saying, when you go from Reason's album to that sing, it's like the switch up. I mean, that shit was just. Like,
but he's dropped singles in between then that kind of give you the transition into what he just did. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just a straight from the album to this single. He's giving us a couple of
singles in between, but like that single.
Wasn't
that's
not what we love
I ain't gotta
about
hear that.
what
I ain't gotta hear that from Reason.
Yeah.
I really ain't gotta hear that from Reason.
All right, so next topic, jumping into these sports. So first we got the NFL Draft. Thoughts, reactions. Everybody expect
go to the cheesehead. We'll start from the bottom at the worst of the draft and then go up. So go ahead, cheesehead. Tell us.
Go ahead. What you got, Don? How did you feel about your team's draft?
The draft grade, I actually gave them an honest D-. An honest D-.
Are you Green Bay Packers?
Yes, Green Bay Packers, bro. I gave them an honest D-. Like it wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst possible thing that they could have done, but it also wasn't the win now attitude that we need. Like, to go from you was just in the NFC Championship game to basically, we're planning for the future. That's basically what y'all did for the draft. Granted, you draft linemen to sturdy up your interior, protect A-Rod, bro. I get it. But at the same time, the issue wasn't completely the offensive line.
Protect.
I mean, I'm saying, like, you don't draft a quarterback in the first round and just think it's gonna be all sunshine and rainbow when it comes to your fan base. We looking at it like what are you doing? Why are you taking a quarterback in the first round? I mean,
maybe they know something we don't know. Maybe Aaron Rodgers is seeing his way out.
Watch your mouth now.
I'm just saying. You gotta think about it. I mean, I said the same thing about Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's out of there.
I did get a notification about Aaron Rodgers. Definitely,
he feels some type of way for sure.
Y'all be alright.
Feels some type of way.
He's a diva. He's a diva anyway. He was gonna cry one way or the other, man.
Hey, look.
We haven't drafted a receiver.
That's true.
In the first round.
Who's your receivers
ever?
Right huh?
Our receivers right now, we got drafted. The drafted receivers that is on our depth chart, Devontae Adams.
He's turned out good.
That's a pretty good.
Everybody else is undrafted free agents. Granted, Allen Lazard, big breakout game last year against Detroit. Big shout out to him. He's balling. Marquez Valdez-Scantling got lost in the sauce. I don't know what happened. He disappeared throughout the season. We got a nice undrafted free agent slot receiver that played last year. He didn't really touch the ball. Richardson, I believe. He didn't really show me a whole lot, but it's just nice to know that we kind of have some young guys. Jake Kumaro became a big target last year, undrafted free agent. So we don't draft receivers. So to see if we would have drafted a receiver, I would have been shocked. Mm-hmm. We didn't draft a receiver. I'm still shocked that we didn't draft a receiver. So it's not
I think y'all gonna find somebody in free agency, or y'all gonna get one of these undrafted guys and get to work with them.
Oh yeah, we picked up Darryl Stewart out of Michigan State, undrafted free agent receiver. And from right now, that's all I've heard as far as for undrafted free agent receivers is the one. So hey, maybe they just we just finna develop the guys that we have, and they finna become stars, and we're not worrying about it. So hopefully they know something within the organization that we don't on the outside. But the eye tests don't show that they know anything, because
there's no way in hell we should be spending this much time on the worst draft. So let's move on from these cheeseheads.
Oh man! All right, E, what you got? What you got? Saints. How would y'all draft? Did you watch it?
I watched the majority of it. I hated our first pick at first. I hated it. We drafted a center, and in my head,
that is a great pickup.
That's always a good pickup.
Picked up Patrick Queen. I was waiting for Patrick Queen to come, or Justin Jefferson. Mm-hmm. We didn't need a receiver, but it would have been great to have him there.
No, y'all need a receiver.
No, we don't.
Y'all need a receiver for sure.
We have Michael Thomas now, and we have Emmanuel Sanders. We picked up him from the 49ers, so I think that
and Alvin Kamara coming out of the backfield.
Very true.
Right, and plus, he's gonna help spread the field up. So, it's gonna help Michael Thomas a lot to where he's not getting double cover. I mean, it doesn't even matter because he catching everything.
He's still getting double teamed.
Yeah, he catching everything. It don't matter. It don't matter. He's a nuisance to these defenses, bro. It don't matter. But other than that, I think we needed Patrick Queen. So to not get him on the first attempt, I hated that shit because we always play it safe in the draft. So it's kind of the same thing with Green Bay. Like, y'all kind of play it safe. Y'all don't really get things that y'all necessarily need at first batch. But I think we will do okay. What we got? We got a linebacker. I'm excited about the linebacker from Wisconsin because he's going to be a good blitz guy for us, and then help Demario Davis on the other side. That's going to be good for us. Other than that, I don't think we drafted a quarterback, but I'm not really excited about him because I think he's just there. We kind of needed a third guy.
Fourth. So
overall, I give them a good B- maybe. I mean, they got everything we needed. They do all their work in the free agency. I think Sean. I'm gonna just trust Sean because Sean he just do some bullshit, but it always end up better in the end. So I'm gonna just trust Sean on this one. But other than that, it was a pretty good draft for us.
I think I've ever really seen y'all like be a main focus for a draft. So it's kind of consistent for y'all. Like y'all do a lot of work inside of the season more than anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I've always paid attention to that. Y'all haven't really. It's never been a focus where y'all get somebody. They be like, oh, such and such went to the Saints.
The last time we focused on the draft to like really grab somebody is when we drafted Mark Ingram, and I did not think we was gonna get him. So like that was crazy. But other than that,
last time y'all focused on the draft, y'all got
he was drafted
Mike Thomas. That was the last time y'all focused on a draft.
Michael Thomas was second round, wasn't he? I think he was a second round pick.
The last time y'all focused on the draft, y'all got Mike Thomas.
I don't think we knew Michael Thomas was gonna turn out this much of a beast, bro.
Who didn't?
You? I don't think nobody was really talking about Michael Thomas.
You?
For real,
the Saints knew for sure.
That's why I say I'm gonna just trust Sean Payne. He looks at these people, he turn them into different guys. So it's like Kamara. Kamara is like a 4th round pick, 3rd round pick, something like that. Never heard of him.
Man, let's not forget that dude that was at Alabama for one and transferred so he could play and still wasn't even the primary back at Texas or Tennessee.
It was Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Yeah.
All right. You don't just go to Alabama if you a slouch.
True.
Yeah, he did leave Alabama. That's got something going on there.
All right, D, what you got? How do you think the draft went? Overall, it's like an overall like.
Overall, it was weird, man. To be honest with you, it was weird not seeing the glamour that the draft usually is. That's usually one of the biggest things. You get to see the dudes up there, see what their fits is going to be. That was one thing we were talking and criticizing. You got these dudes in their house. Some of the dudes was looking bummy for about to be millionaires.
Hey, but look, they millionaires. So
hey, shout out! Ain't nobody had their toes out.
True.
Nobody got close.
That was a big one.
True.
Nobody had their toes out.
What everybody think?
The moms.
I think the moms took. I think they.
You said what?
Can we talk about all the white women in the couches?
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Okay.
I ain't touching on that one.
I'm with Don.
I ain't touching on that one.
So all right. So wait. So the 2 clips. All right. So the 2 clips. If I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it. Everybody's seen what was his name? CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb, and then the lineman. So the big CeeDee Lamb one. I saw that, and I was like, Twitter's about to kill this for sure. They're about to kill that for sure. Yes. And then the girl apparently like quoted it and was like his agent was calling and he was on the phone with the Cowboys. So being a good girlfriend, I thought I'd answer. That doesn't make sense. No, but I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean,
no, it makes sense. In hindsight, it does. But you're the girlfriend, and you know that he's gonna be taking calls the entire day for a draft.
But
what is you answering the phone gonna do?
It doesn't make sense, bro.
Why are you touching the phone?
She was gonna tell. Hold on, bro. She could have told the agent, "Hey, hold on, he on the phone with such."
Yeah, exactly.
And the agent would have been like,
That's definitely
y'all
valid.
acting like she's a bird. Acting like she's a bird.
We don't know that.
We don't know that.
Honestly, I think the timeline is a little too crazy.
Apparently, she used to mess with
Trae Young too. Trae Young.
So-
And then we got to think about the whole Trae
And they
Young.
went to the same school. What you? Oh my God! Y'all, I'm not even with y'all, bro.
He knows something.
That's
He knows
too
something we don't know. Because
good.
why he take the phone? If it was just the agent, why he take the phone?
If it was just like, oh, my
Two
agent
options.
calling me, I'm on the
Two options.
phone,
Either he
I
knows
see her go to
he was
pick it
gonna-
up, then it's okay.
He either knew she was gonna say some dumb shit, or he didn't want his agent to know that he was on the phone with her at the time.
Or maybe it was just a reaction type of thing, and he just that's just one.
Maybe it was reactionary. Like, why you touch my phone?
Or don't touch the phone.
Or it was
Or what you got?
name agent in his phone.
I'm not gonna lie. That was the first when I saw that. When I started in my head, I'm like, dang, he probably got a girl named Agent something under.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's what.
Wow.
I was like, nah, I ain't gonna say that.
At her ass is
Yeah,
007.
that's your phone, y'all girlfriend.
Man,
That's what I was about to say. E, this goes into a deeper, darker conversation. So who here is not comfortable? No, I mean it's the whole girlfriend touching your phone thing. Who here wouldn't be comfortable with their girl touching their phone?
If it's my
I
girlfriend,
wouldn't care.
go right ahead.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Answer that for me, man.
All right then. So why are we acting like that? Exactly. Why are we acting like that?
Because Twitter made it like
I'm
that.
telling you what
Twitter
it
made
is.
it like that. That's fun.
You can see the way CD was looking. CD like when he did that little like bitch, have you?
like,
Yeah.
I think it is kind of okay, on the same
He
side.
used to that.
His reaction is what made it. What it was.
But I think it is kind of disrespectful to like now. His moment got taken away from him.
Yeah, his first tweet.
Because of Twitter.
His first tweet was as a Cowboy was like, "Yo, it's not even like that. Chill out."
Yeah, like chill out. Like that's messed up.
That's
Like,
the world we live in.
Where we live in. All right, so the next one was the lineman who was being hugged up by his girlfriend as soon as like he got drafted, and the mom tried to remove her, and she wouldn't move. She wouldn't move. So wait, pause. Did anybody?
That shit.
Look, did y'all hear? Did y'all hear the background in the video? Oh my God. You didn't hear it? So the mom was like, "Get up, ho!" Yes,
You're lying.
I swear.
No
Go listen to it.
It had to be a voiceover.
No, hold on.
Bro.
D asked, why am I clapping? Because I'm clapping because the first person and the first woman I'm going to hug when I get drafted
is my mom.
Who gave birth to me.
Yes.
I am
my
here.
mom for sure.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, get off me.
Come on.
Wait, now,
Mama, we
granted,
made it.
No, I get
Listen,
it.
man,
Now, granted, I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
Your mama
Only
won't
You
even
don't
know.
have to.
No,
You don't have to
wait,
play devil's advocate. I'll play it.
No. But just listen though. Hold on.
Number one on the camera.
Because I heard facts. She won't on the camera. But at the same time, it's not just his girlfriend, but it's the mother of his children, which therefore I understand.
Oh, that was bro. I just saw that tweet too.
Yes, so I do
Okay,
understand.
Yeah,
Like that's the mom of his kids, so I get it.
Well, bring me my kids.
Nigga said bring me my kids.
I get it, but at the same time, yeah, like you won't hear from day one. So yes, my mom do get my love, but at the same time, I can't be mad at her for hugging me at that standpoint either.
I'm sorry. His mom was out of pocket.
His mom was out of pocket. She was wrong.
That's what I was thanking you.
She was
Thank
wrong.
you. She was wrong.
It's understandable, like the lore of everything that's going on with that situation. But his mom was out.
But she was wrong.
She knew she was on national TV.
Hold on. They should have had a better setup. Point blank. Period. Like they should have had everything set up like everybody else.
I'm gonna put it like
get up. Like you know, back to
I think it was the many times that she had to ask her to get up that kind of like.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think that's what it was.
I feel like if she won't white, it wouldn't be as big of a deal as it is.
Like she could have first.
Tell him, Dr. Umar.
I don't think
That's
so.
my son. Like, yo,
get up.
If she wasn't white, I don't think.
If she wasn't white, it wouldn't even be a thing.
It would have been the same way, bro.
It still would have been a thing.
I don't think it would. I don't think it would be as
bro.
big.
The way ESPN is reaching for stories right now, I definitely think that would have been. I definitely would have thought that would have been a thing. Did y'all peep the
which
bios?
is why I said, Mama was out of pocket.
His mom was for sure out of pocket.
You're out of pocket. You're out of
mom
pocket.
was wrong.
You overstepped your lines. Once your son has become a father,
drafted, right?
and he's with the baby mama.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ian.
It's just like once your son has become a father to somebody, and he's with the baby's mama, like you got back up, mama.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because now I'm a parent.
Go ahead, Reed.
Like, yeah, like it ain't gonna be like I ain't gonna thank you. Hell, I'm probably gonna buy you a house in a day. Like, whatever. Like, I'm gonna give you your thing. But like, my girl hugging me on national TV. Don't embarrass the mother of my children.
Hold on. All right.
Don't do that.
Now I'm gonna flip it. All right. Nobody knows what him and his mom have gone through. Nobody knows if the mom is a single parent. Nobody knows if she raised him by herself. Blah, blah, this, and third. The first person that needs to be hugged is the mother. I don't care if it's not. Mother.
Granted, it's not her day.
I understand that. It's not her day. But she got me
baby
here.
mama's day.
It's not her day either.
It's not her day either. But that's what I'm saying. The mom is still wrong. She hugged the father of her child.
Huh?
I think
whether it was a girlfriend or a fiance.
I think it was girlfriend, fiance, but it was the mother. It was the mother of his children.
She got to get up.
It was but his mom didn't have to go about it the way his mom did.
Yeah, she was out of pocket.
Wait your turn. Let him.
There is no turn for my mom. My mom was going first. Point blank. Period.
If his mom was going first, he would have got up and hugged his mom. But he was sitting on the couch.
He was trying to get himself together.
Thank you.
That's the point. But he was sitting on the couch.
So let me say this.
Hold on. Let Reed go.
He didn't get up.
So let me say this. I have a question and then I have 3 statements. All right. So the first question is this the boy that got drafted where they put on the screen on ESPN that his mama was a
No. This is the offensive lineman.
No, it's the offensive lineman. It's a big dude.
Y'all know ESPN was really reaching.
They was reaching. They was out of pocket.
Every player had a mom that was in school in jail for crack. They've been in jail for 13 years.
They was reaching.
They was out of pocket.
They ain't got shit else to do, so they looking for something.
They was reaching.
Here's my first statement. I don't blame the mom. I'm not
at all.
I don't want you to ever think I'm gonna blame the mom. Never
at all
in my life. She gave birth to that boy. I blame him. The way he set it up in that living room is ridiculous.
Terrible.
First of all, why is she sitting on your lap and so close and you don't have your mom closer to you? Number 2, you could have had your mom on the right side and your baby mama on the left side, regardless.
She might have got up and get some wings or something.
Man, fuck out of here. No.
This is the thing.
You knew your time.
Yeah, you knew it exactly. You knew what time was coming up. You knew you about to get drafted.
So hold on, I'm almost done, D. Number 3, it's mama. Are y'all crazy? Number 4, clearly I see me and Ty was the biggest mama boys in this.
But what?
No.
Yes, bro.
Not at all.
Yes.
Not at all.
My mama to the death. No.
My mom. I just got drafted. I'm KD crying. MVP. I'm crying. What?
Go ahead, D. Come on.
Go ahead, D.
The Bible says, leave and cleave. When you find you a woman, hold on, bro, because this is a great conversation to have.
A wife.
No. When you find you a woman that you know is going to be your wife, it is a point in a man's life where he got to take his mama titty out his mouth and say, that's my woman.
Are they married?
And hold on, wait. It don't matter. You got to take the titty out your mouth and say, hey, if this is who I choose to if this is who I choose to have next to me, we as a community and as whomever wants to judge it need to shut the hell up and let that man live his life. If he wanted his mama there, his mama would have been there. And his mom is wrong as hell.
You better preach, preacher. Come on now.
And we're gonna agree to disagree. We're gonna agree to disagree.
That boy preaching.
We on the same.
We here.
That boy preaching.
All right.
Come
so
on now.
And make sure y'all leave us a comment in the bottom.
For sure.
We gonna post that clip on Instagram. We gotta get
God almighty.
So all right. So the next thing we gotta hit was we got The Last Dance, MJ Doc. Everybody's thoughts. For me, I didn't know most of what was talked about. I mean, because I didn't grow up in it, so I'm just watching on the background. They did Scotty dirty.
Being a big basketball person, of course, I kind of had a good little background of just about that. This episode wasn't much of a surprise to me. It was very well. It's very well done production wise and a very good one.
For sure, definitely.
I love the way it's being set up. Everything I've seen on social media a lot this week since the show was going on Twitter and so forth, other social media, how Scottie Pippen was done dirty. Was he done dirty? Yes, but at the same time,
7 years, 18.
He should have read them contracts, bro.
Yeah,
he could have read that shit.
You can't. One, that's a fact. You have to read your contract. That's on you. Whether you have your lawyer read yours to you or not, that's on you. Now, at the same time, I would say he probably did know his contract. He just didn't care. You have to remember, as a basketball player and as a true fan of whatever sport that you're playing or whatever you're doing, sometimes for some of these players, it's not in my opinion, it's not
about the money. Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, you're gonna get yours. Don't think just because he had that amount of money for playing basketball, niggas forgot he had a shoe contract. He had endorsements. He was doing commercials. He had other sources of income.
That Mr. Submarine
and he had that nasty ass commercial, that sandwich commercial.
That Mr. Submarine show.
Scotty was on beat.
So I can't do this alone.
That man said, this 6 feet I can't handle. Ladies, can I get some help? What?
Bro.
Hey,
But the thing is, he's talking about basketball. He was talking about basketball, bro. He was on the basketball court. He was holding the ball. 6 feet is the average height in basketball players.
Get out of here, dude.
Director,
Get out of here.
Director, I'm looking for the writer. Who wrote that?
Who put this in?
Yeah, that's terrible. He did that on purpose.
Player can you say could act? None of them niggas can act.
Nah.
Shaquille O'Neal?
Kazam was trash.
Kazam was trash.
Kyrie can act.
What?
Kyrie can act. Kyrie can act.
Kazam?
Trash.
Oh, Uncle Drew was fine.
What's called? Ray Allen.
Uncle Drew was dope.
Ray Allen.
Ray Allen was terrible.
He got game was trash.
In the movie,
Ray Allen was terrible.
In the movie, when it came out, he was good.
He was terrible.
Huh?
Denzel made that movie good. Come on now.
Ooh.
Come on now. We're
not going there. We're not going there. We're not going
there. We're not going to do it.
We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it.
You're really going to sit here and tell me he got game. That shitty ass movie when
that shit was shitty. It wasn't shitty.
That shit was good. That was the worst death I've ever seen in that damn sports.
Listen, y'all can have that one. You're not gonna sit here and say Shaq can't act. I'm not gonna let y'all do that.
What other movie was he in?
Steel. He was in Steel. Y'all don't remember Steel, do you? That's before y'all time. Y'all time. Go back and watch that one.
All right. So, any other thoughts? Any other thoughts on the Last Dance? What everybody think about it? I like the way it's going for real.
Oh, Jerry was terrible.
Who?
The GM.
Oh, yeah. Yo, did y'all peep the Space Jam?
Space Jam jump.
Yeah, the Space Jam jump, like the Jerry's.
Don, I don't think he was terrible, Don, because he did what he needed to do. In all reality, he got that team. You just won together. You know what I mean?
You just won 5 championships. And you're trying to get rid of your coach because you have a personal issue with him?
Literally.
No.
Dude,
bro, we see it every day. Look at Jerry Jones. Look at Jerry Jones.
No. But you basically...
They were winning, though.
But you said everybody on this team is basically old and done except Michael Jordan. That's what you basically said.
In 98, he put the team together.
In 98, Dennis Rodman led the league in rebounds.
I'm not saying, but to say that he was terrible is that's not
he wasn't terrible
because he put it together. That's what I'm saying.
Well, he put the
I just read my dad conversation. He would love this shit. He got into the big debate about this shit.
He put everybody around Jordan. Yes.
So then, how is he terrible at what he was doing?
Honest opinion,
because he did. He let his pride get in his way.
When Phil leaves, he's not thinking, I'm finna lose Phil and Jordan at the same time.
I understand that, but he was a part of an organization that won 5 championships at that time. I'm saying at the point that we're talking about,
it was 5. It was 5.
Yes, it was 5 at that time.
Yes. So how can you say that he was terrible?
I think he was saying his personality was terrible. I think that's what I don't think he was saying like this.
I'm saying Jerry was terrible. I'm saying Jerry was terrible only because you let your pride come into success.
Yeah.
Like you let your pride after 5. He didn't know that they were going to get 6. Who knows?
But after 5,
who knows? Because if Jordan stepped away after their first three-peat, Jordan stepped away, let some other people win. If Jordan doesn't step away, they most likely win again 2 more times.
They almost won again. There was one bad call away.
They would have won 2 more times if Jordan stays the entirety of the time. So let's not forget that. So Jordan sits out, retires, comes back. They go back to back, the last dance. They go three-peat again for the second time, and then everything explodes because Jerry's pride says, no, me and Phil Jackson don't get along. Phil, you got to go. Jordan is going right along with him, and then everything else at that point explodes. Like, yo, you're not re-signing nobody else. You don't have Jordan. I'm not going to win without Jordan.
I'm not saying that decision. I'm not saying that decision wasn't bad, but to say you got to kind of switch what you're saying. You're not saying he was terrible as the position he was in.
No,
that was a terrible decision.
He was a great
just clear
GM.
that up. Clear that up. That's all I'm saying.
Hall of Fame GM, yes, for sure. No. Hall of Fame GM. Great GM. No, it's just like, yo, you really let your pride get in the way of how successful you could have even.
Because they could have been better. Yeah. It would
have ended up winning 99 again. Like, bro, let's not forget. Like, Scottie played a few more years. He played with Portland. He played with Portland. Was in the finals or was in the Trailblazers. He played against Shaq and Kobe. Like, I mean, he didn't do much on that team, but at the same time, if he was
still there,
that's what I'm saying. He still would have been a key piece for that Bulls team, and they still had a young team. Steve Kerr. Tony Kukoc he won't trash, but he won't old. So that's what I'm saying. He won't old trash, but I'm saying like they still had a great team that could have won at least 1 or 2 more championships. So he just made terrible decisions because of his pride.
Have episode 2. That is
today, tonight.
Not episode 2, episode 3.
3 and 4 come on tonight.
3 and 4 for 26. It does have Dennis Rodman. A very underrated player, in my honest opinion. Contrary to everyone's personal beliefs for him, he was an amazing player.
A nut.
All right, let's glance over this Gronk topic. How's everybody feel about Gronk coming out of retirement?
Walking refrigerator, he's not going to be very beneficial.
Tom Brady gets
Tom Brady,
I don't know about
Tom
that.
Brady
Y'all could have
gets
used them.
Okay.
Y'all could have used them.
Okay.
Who's y'all's tight end?
Okay.
Don't y'all sell Jimmy Graham?
Every team in this chat could use him.
I love Jimmy Graham, but he went to shit after he left.
Gronk would have been worse than Jimmy Graham in our offense.
You're out of your mind.
No, I'm not.
Jimmy Graham was a placeholder. Gronk could at least got you some touches.
Some first down.
Something. Jimmy Graham was a placeholder and trash,
I don't appreciate
by the way.
the Gronk disrespect though. Like, y'all really think he's gonna get the league and not do anything?
I think he's gonna ball out for real. I think
Bro,
I ball too.
He made it a point to never catch up the ball from another quarterback.
I'm not saying it like he wouldn't ball out, but I just don't know. I don't know his condition status, so I wouldn't say. I'm not saying he's been working out. I'm pretty sure he has, but
he was trying to be in the WWE. I'm not saying physical condition. Gronk
he was in the WWE.
Gronk has never been like out of physical shape. No.
Yeah.
He lost him.
So then what are you questioning?
I think him retiring.
What are you questioning?
Give him his body a rest.
What I'm saying is Gronk's last year with New England, he wasn't the Gronk that everybody knew and loved. He was still him because he was a big
injured.
Body.
He was injured. And he talked about it too.
The Joker had a robo arm. He had a robo elbow.
He's always gonna have his hands, but at the same time,
still was
his body was.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not gonna be the big factor people think.
So wait, real quick.
Unless he returns back to Gronk old form, like first Super Bowl Gronk. If he goes back to that, which I don't expect him to, just because of time, how much your body takes, the punishment that your body take, and X, Y, Z. Yeah, he's had time off. I don't think he returns back to that form. But if he does, then that's a whole different story.
Well, you got more. I think Tampa Bay's probably gonna have one of the best red zone offenses in the league this year.
For sure.
I mean,
granted, they're not gonna have a full training camp and stuff
Mike
either,
Evans
though.
and Gronk, if he come back, it's like who do we double team here?
Look, I'm a Saints
But you're
fan.
not double teaming Mike Evans at all. Mike Evans and Chris Scott, you're not double teaming them anyway.
My thing is, if Jason Witten can come back from the booth and contribute for the Cowboys, Gronk can come back and contribute for Tampa Bay. Period.
Did he really contribute?
He did. He was catching touchdown. We can check his stats. It was more yards than if he wasn't there.
True.
That's contributing.
I mean, everything is bigger than zero. So
we'll see. All right, so
he gets what he wants.
He be saying something
for sure. Tom Brady definitely gets what he wants, man. He definitely gets what he wants.
You gotta teach the whole team your scheme, and y'all don't even have a full training camp and stuff to do it. Come on, man.
This season's definitely gonna be very interesting to see how everything plays out.
Yeah,
if they have one, yeah.
Isn't this the season where they starting off with
17 games? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be 17 this year. So
what is that, 18 playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
playoff team, all that.
Last take of today, talking about this culture topic. So the Wale Sue Me video came out. I just watched it this morning. I thought it was very, very well put together. I saw exactly the way it was going in like the first 20 to 30 seconds.
2 seconds.
Yep. I was like, all right, bet. All right, so now my mind's already
the melanin oats.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go.
Yeah, exactly. So I immediately saw how it was going. I was like, all right, bet. So now I'm locked in. And then just the way it was put together was just amazing. For real. So it brought up the topic that well, let's get our general like thoughts on the video first before we jump into the topic. Go ahead.
I'm right on board with y'all. I think everybody loved it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, great video.
So how did everybody feel? Like
culturally
wise?
Obviously, it's doing its job. I think they did something with the prison, letting those prisoners get out there felt in fear of the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, it's moving something. It's doing something in the world to where it's changing. So, I mean, that's what he's shooting for, and it's working.
D, what you got?
Two things. One thing I saw circulating on Twitter, it was Michael Rappaport was talking about, where is hip hop? Where is hip hop in all of this? We got this going on and nobody's doing any freestyles. If that's why hip hop's soft, if pop was here, I hate Michael Rappaport. I do not like him. I hate that he has a position
his platform
in our culture to speak on it.
Yes.
Like, he does it all the time.
And the thing was, here's this video. Here's Wale that put this out about something that's going on right now. And you want to open up your mouth like, shut up, Michael Rappaport. Like, you're stupid. So
this video is about
shut up. Really. The second thing was, we talked, we had a quick earlier in the week. We was like, we're going to talk about this. And I had to go back. I watched it by myself. And then I went and watched it with Haley. And a couple of things stood out to me that we could talk about as we go on. But I enjoyed the video, just off first glance.
But what else?
It's definitely a video that you can't really just watch one time.
For sure.
And grasp everything that man put in all the visuals and everything that man put in the videos. You can't just one time look through and just be like, wow, that's powerful. I mean, you can, but it's just like, it's so much of a deeper meaning to it outside of what just was on the screen. Not just the role reversals, like, yo, if y'all was white and y'all was going through the same thing we as black people go through, how would you really react to it? And it's so much deeper than just where you live. It's like going through your day-to-day life and just how you see everything to, you know, your environment that you live in, to even going to visit your father at a prison and kind of hearing the different mindsets that you and him have about basically you.
Mm-hmm.
And it just like it literally just it was something that the culture needed to see personally, without knowing this is what we need. It was something that not even just the culture but the world needed to see. Like, how would you react if
So here's
these
where
roles are switched?
So here's my thing. Did I love the video? Yes, I surely did. But the only thing I would say to that, Don, yes, it was something that the first statement you said was, this is something that the culture needed to see. This is something that a lot of us already know.
Yes.
So at this point, it's not for us to see, in my honest opinion. It's for everybody else who pretty much probably doesn't listen to him, needs to see, which is where it becomes, I'm not going to say it can't be seen by them, it won't be seen by them. But let's be honest. If you were to hear about a video like this from an artist that you don't listen to now I can't really say that to y'all because y'all are listening to anything. Y'all are very open to things. But a good amount of people probably won't give it a
won't
chance.
even bat an eye. No, yeah.
Exactly. So say
I disagree with you, Rick. I disagree. Think about Joyner Lucas.
I
ain't listen to a dang song. I didn't listen. No. But I'm saying I didn't listen to a dang song from Joyner Lucas. Okay. And then he put out the "I Am Racist" thing.
Yeah, that visual.
That drew everybody. You know what I mean? So
but I think that drew everything. That drew everybody simply because what? He played both roles. He spoke on black.
Wale.
He spoke on
mixed.
black.
No, but being mixed though. But being mixed is completely different.
He spoke. Jordan Lucas he spoke on the black perspective, and then he spoke on the white perspective. So it's like you have to see both ends in order to understand. So of course both are going to come together. I'm not saying you said what, bro?
A song filled with stereotypes with Joyner Lucas more than something that's actually
realism. Yes.
Yeah, like that's here. Like I'm not saying Wale is. I'm not saying it was wrong. It was bad. I'm not saying it's not what we needed to see. For us, we see it. We know it's there. This is what we do. To me, it's like a Tyler Perry film. Nigga, we know what we go through. I'm for real, bro. Like, how many white people you know? Oh, I'm about to go see that new Tyler Perry movie.
Everybody, bro. White, and that's what my problem with Tyler Perry. White people love Tyler Perry, and he loves to do the stereotypical stuff in his movies. I hate it. I hate it.
Tyler Perry is another story. That's another day.
So for me, I would just like off the strength of the video, just like sitting here thinking about it, I think one of the biggest things, like once you said that, yeah, like we know what we go through, I completely agree. I wish you would have did like something positive, like flipped it in some type of way and shown like some positive light of what Black people can do. Because
I did walk away from that video like, damn, like yeah, we do go through that.
Like yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, that's it.
I walked away from it.
Like I get it. Like you said, sue me, like you for everything that's Black, but you didn't really show us.
I'm rooting for I'm rooting for everybody.
That's what I'm saying. But the thing, yeah, you rooting for it, but it was like, dang, like at least show us.
But where is it?
Something
Yeah,
exactly.
what you rooting for?
Yeah, show us something.
I agree.
That was the only criticism I had about I was like, I love like the flip of the roles and all that other stuff, but then you showing the exact same thing that they would have showed.
But I feel like the song didn't match the video.
But I just feel like the song kind of speaks for itself. Before I like goes into it, that's what I'm saying. I didn't feel like the video needed to show what he was saying in the song because the song speaks for itself.
But that's the point of the video.
But if it's so, not necessarily. The video, because if you go back to watch how music videos were, not all music videos showed literally the visual of the song. You get what I'm saying?
Crooked Smile.
I mean, but yeah, that's different. We talking about something that you're supposed to be promoting something. You feel me? Like if you're promoting something, if you're saying like, yo, I'm rooting for everything that's Black.
The song is promoting Black excellence.
Yes, but you didn't show anything like that though. You showed
what he did in that video is bring back the trauma that we already knew about.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
All honesty question for anybody who wants to answer this. what is the sole purpose of a music video, in your honest opinion?
You can't make a sole purpose of it.
Artistic
Music is too
art.
broad,
It's a form
bro.
of art.
Artistic
Yeah,
expression.
exactly.
That's what a music video is.
It's what?
A visual
Artistic
expression of the song.
Yeah, visual expression.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
a
that's
visual
the
expression
song.
of the song.
A visual expression of the song. Okay. So when you first heard, if you listened to Sue Me before you even watched this video, was that the visual that you got? Because all of you,
not at all. Not at all.
All of you are the same way I am. You listen to music and you create a picture in your head as you're listening to it. I know you all do. So with that being said, if you did not picture this video with what Wale said before he made this video, in my honest opinion, I'm not saying it didn't, like, it was absolutely terrible, but it was forced.
It was definitely forced.
But honestly, it's done its job if you give us something that we didn't think it was going to be.
I agree. I can agree with that. I do think Wale would have got the same point across by putting that same video at the end of something positive. I think he would have got the exact same point across.
Exact same.
The biggest thing for me was, like, when I watched the video, to speak on what Reek said, like, when you watch Sumi's video, it's like, well, we know this shit going on. Like, some of us experience, like, we know that it's happening in our community. The people who it needs to reach, it's not gonna reach. They're not gonna bat an eye at that shit. It's just like every slave movie that we watch. The people who need to see it ain't gonna bat an eye. They're not gonna bat an eye. Like, they're like, oh, okay, like, oh.
Another slave movie.
He looking at you like you crazy. How many auditoriums of white people filled to go see Harriet Tubman?
Exactly. Harriet Tubman, 12 Years a Slave. Hell, when I was in school, 12 Years a Slave,
I hate slave films for that reason, because I feel like all white people are profiting from our trauma, where we don't need to keep getting reminded of shit that happened to us back then. That, you know, we're more than a slave film.
We'll watch
it.
Now,
but I feel like this.
Now, the only reason I will personally kind of somewhat disagree with that is because for the youth that we have,
they have to be made.
But it's our job to teach them that. Why are we letting white people write stories about us?
But it's not white people, though. It's not always white people. It's not always white people.
In the textbooks, it is.
in the textbooks, I'm talking about the movies that are being created. It's not.
Oh,
it's not.
Talking about movies.
It's not the white people that's making these movies. It's the black people that want the story to be told, because even we know. It's a lot of people that don't know. It is a lot of people that don't know, and that's why.
If you don't know at this point, you don't want to know.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
At this point, at this day and age, with the way technology is and the way social media is and the way things spread around the world as fast as they do, if you don't know, you don't give a fuck to know.
Yes, that's part of the ignorance in our society. But that's part of the ignorance in our society, that it's like that they're trying to change. Like, we want to push this because we want you and we need you to know this is where you come from, and that, like, we have so much far to go, because these historical facts, they're not that long ago. They're making these movies because they're not that long ago, and we want to let y'all know. Y'all think y'all have come so far, but y'all haven't really.
And even movies like 12 Years a Slave. 12 Years a Slave wasn't all, like, negative.
No, it wasn't.
If you really, there were. It's one of the scenes I will never forget. This scene, fam, when they hung him after they beat him, and he was on his tippy toes, and everybody in that plantation walked by him. Every other slave walked by him. That, to me, sparked something, not about the past, but about now and the plight of our community. We don't give a damn about somebody else out there that's hurting, and we gonna walk right by him. So when you have scenes like that, and then you splash in Django,
yes,
not necessarily historically accurate, but my man went crazy.
Which is on Netflix. Which is on Netflix, by the way.
Ooh,
but that's personally why I think this video isn't being taken the way it's supposed to be. personally, I don't think like this video wasn't like me trying to push the song or the album to anything. He did that already.
Yeah.
He did that already.
How can it?
He definitely did.
How can it be taken seriously if it wasn't meant for us?
Yeah, like it's not meant for us to take it serious.
No, but
like,
at
we
the same time,
already know, bro. It's like me going to go see. Once again, I'm gonna keep using it because I honestly feel this way about it. It's like me going in expecting something like a Tyler Perry film. I've yet to see the only film that I get a positive outlook on the black males in a Tyler Perry film is Daddy's Little Girls.
That's it.
You're wrong.
What other film? Please tell me you gave a positive outlook on the black male.
Yo, hold on. What about my man? Remember he had the horrible wig and the
braids? The braids?
He wasn't a great character in that.
But no, that's within it. But hold on. Look how
in that same movie, it's an shit nigga.
So
but you act like niggas ain't shit.
But hold on. But in that movie, what did he portray him as? Somebody who can't. Why can't we have black males that are successful? The nigga, I'm not saying if you're a bus driver, you're not a successful person. But if that's your role, that's your role. But they made him to be like he was at the bottom of the barrel. That's how he made him. Like she
came from a rich man, and she just met this dude that just drove a U-Haul.
It has to be at the bottom of the barrel in order to be a good guy. That's what he got to be.
But you can't say a bad wig, because even
and his little girl, he had a rape charge.
Even his
Hey, I won't gonna say that because Daddy's Little Girl is that movie, but yeah, bro. I mean, look, honestly, when it comes to movies that portray us, man, like there's not one that's very like prominent in my head. I'm like, dang, like there's nothing wrong. Like there's no good movie across the board. There's just like there's.
Black people are the hardest to please when it comes to watching black people on the screen.
Time out. Go back, Ty. Wait. Go back, Ty. Hold on, Ty. Expand on what you're saying. What are you?
So like, as in like, there's always like a problem. There's always an issue. There's never like one of those movies where, there's no issue. It's just good. There's no just across the board good movie. There's always has to be somebody's hooked on something. Somebody's doing something bad. There's always there's never a movie where it's just like, I don't know.
Happy black family. Successful black dad, successful black mother raising.
And then the
flip side like kids. Like there's nothing. There's nothing like that.
They'll show that on screen, right? And then people all over social media would go like, "Oh, nah, they're not black enough."
Because black people are the hardest to please when it comes to when it comes to portraying black people. We are black people's biggest critics. Like and people don't understand that. When it comes to this simple Wale video, black people are black people's biggest critics. We're always gonna find something that we're not gonna like about something that a black person did because we feel like a black person could have portrayed it better. When it comes to Netflix shows,
I don't think that nothing could have been portrayed better. I just think that we said like the song don't match the fucking video.
That's
like
not what we
you
wanted.
give us
that's not what we
for everybody that's black, but like the entire video is surrounded like
white
shit
people.
on white people.
No,
but you gave the crown of that song to the white person in that
Like, what do you mean? Like, it's like,
but the craziest thing is
everything that somebody's going through that has dark skin. Like, it's like, if I'm one of those people, right? Let's say my dad's in prison. I'm watching this video. I hear the song first. I go to watch the video. My dad's in prison. I'm dealing with the same type of shit he's dealing with. I wake up. I get out the projects every day. I try my best to get out. Blase, blase. I'm watching this video after listening to this song. In my mind, I'm thinking, oh, man, this video is great because I see a white person doing the same shit that I got to do every fucking day.
But the craziest thing is,
instead of something like, I listen to the song and then I see like, oh shit, like you can make it out this shit. Like it's positive, something positive all the time.
But the craziest thing that I see is we all took the negativity out of it. That this is what black people go through. How it's portrayed as the role reversal. How the white person is being the black person in the sense, but we completely diminish the successful black people that is being the day-to-day, the successful black people that are going through the subways, that are on the streets making money, the the way
what made
the
them
way
successful?
that white
That
people
they had suits on?
Because he walked up the steps of a subway.
Because they
the
were
way-
bumping into the dude like white people do black people. Like what made them successful?
He was walking across the
the
street,
way-
and then the black people in the car was looking out. I do that shit every day. Like it's
You know why?
it's
But
not
you know,
a-
to me, you know why this, you know why this video was successful is because it didn't paint black people in a negative light.
I agree with you. I agree with you that.
But
No.
so that goes to exactly what we were talking about in the chat. Just because you uplift somebody doesn't mean you got to tear another person down.
And no, and
push it
I
down,
completely understand you. But at the same time, we're always so quick. Even in this conversation, we're also quick because black people are never painted in this positive light that we want. But finally, the black person isn't being portrayed as the struggling black person, being teased at on the villain, being teased on billboards. The black person isn't on posters, like all in negative light. The one time that he gives us this, that black people aren't being shown like this, we think it's negative because automatically we're like, it's a role reversal.
That's what it is.
I get that. I get what you're saying. I understand completely. But that was not uplifting to black people. Nothing about that clip, that video was not uplifting. The song, that's my favorite song of Wale's in a long time. Like, I love that song. You did nothing. You did that song no justice. You did that song no justice. You did not show anything. No, you didn't. He didn't at all, because nothing was we were not uplifted
at all,
because the roles were reversed, because the white person's being treated like shit now. Oh yay. No, give me the people that are getting out. Give me the oldest brother of a family who's struggling, going to college, graduating college, getting his job. Show me the people who are getting out and being successful.
And
I don't
getting
want
out of that situation. Don't sit there and put a white person in that and think that's gonna make me feel better, because it doesn't. That shit don't make me feel better.
It doesn't at all. Not at all.
No, I honestly would agree. I say that I don't think that the video was successful to what he or whatever. I can't say I know what he was trying to portray or what he was trying to do with the video itself, but I don't think that it was successful.
Like, nice for what? Like, somebody who did a great job. I know.
I was about to bring that up.
We ain't talking about Drake. But nice for what? Look at nice for what. You hear the song nice for what on the radio, you like, yo, this shit is a banger this. But then Drake drops the video. And he's
God's plan. That's going
crazy.
He's talking about God's plan. You talking about God's plan? God's plan.
For what?
Yeah.
When he gave the money out, that's what you're talking about?
No. I'm talking about nice for what?
No, you.
I haven't seen nice for what.
Right.
I haven't seen nice for
the
what.
uplifting of women.
The uplifting of women. That's what the song was. Like, and he just put a bunch of black women who are like climbing to the top of the ranks.
White women in there, Latino.
He put some white women, Latinos. Exactly. Like, he just went crazy. It was just women, period. Like, it was just women, period. And like that, to me, in my opinion, that shit elevated the song.
Yes.
It elevated the song for me.
The song
was already a hit, but it elevated the song. But just back to the Wale point, man, I just feel like, honestly, I ain't going to take nothing away from the video because of what it has done. It has gotten those brothers out of that situation that they were in, man.
Agreed.
But I also think that same thing could have got across if he would have put that same video at the end of something positive for us to see. Because it's like,
for sure.
Not only are we just looking, because I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at that video like, ha ha, look at the white guy, you're in our position.
No,
and I think that's just what they wanted us to do.
Okay, where's this going? Oh, he going to the prison to talk to his dad about something.
Yes.
So where's it going? And then it switched to, boom, now you in something real. Now you in something real where it's like, where they got a tent out there where they putting bodies in the prison. And that dude talking about, I'm supposed to get out like, what?
In a few months. He said less than a year. He said less than a year.
I thought he said he got 4 more years.
No, he said he got less than a year left.
Yeah,
he said he's not trying to die.
Less than a year. He was like, I got less than a year. He was like, I'm supposed to be out of here in less than a year. But now he afraid that he ain't gonna make it out because of this shit, and they're not taking care of them. That same point could have got across if you would have done something else positive. Because now it's like, damn, now we on this high that the song gave us.
Exactly.
When I first heard the song, that shit I replayed that song 20 times.
And it's the intro. It's the intro.
It's the intro.
Intro.
It's just 20 times. I didn't get past that song.
But I personally, I think the video was supposed to be, well, if they were white, something would have been done. Personally, I feel like that's one thing that possibly that's one thing that possibly could have been portrayed. If these same people going through the same thing were white, something would be done about it.
And what good does that? What does that?
No, I get. Oh, look, I get
what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I get what y'all are saying as far as the song not being portrayed in the video. I get it because that's true. Mm-hmm. The way the song was not portrayed in the video, but I feel like the video was so much more deeper than the song possibly could have been. The video was deeper than the song. Yes. In the sense of like, you know, the thing about Black people is if you're not a rapper, if you're not a ball player, if you're not, you know, something in the entertainment industry, then there isn't a whole lot of successful Black people. But that's the thing about Black people is. But in this video, it's just like you have a whole bunch of non-caring businessmen. I'm taking it the men in suits on the subways, not paying attention to anybody, blah, 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 where the business sense Black men not caring about this person. And it's just like, because if they were Black, this is exactly how it would be. But we're going to show you them as they were white. And now you feel some type of way. Oh, they're white. We want to do something for them. We want to make them. We want to get them out of this situation. We want to make it better. But the song is about Black people.
I get what you're saying.
Like Ion said at the my fault. Like Ion said, at the end of the day, we can only critique it so much because it did what it was supposed to do. It brought attention to something and it helped people, mm-hmm. and that's great. But he still could have done that and uplifted. I just didn't find anything uplifting about that video. And that's what that song is about. That song is about the uplifting of our people, our community.
That's what the whole album's about, for.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. You can do that without tearing and putting somebody else down.
But it goes back to the point that, you know, that I'm saying, I don't think the video was to try to elevate the song. The song did what the song was supposed to do. Personally, it's no change in the song. He put out the album. Right. He put out the song. He made it the first song for a reason. The song did what it was supposed to do, and the video is doing what it's supposed to do. I'm just gonna use two different
purposes. You're saying there's two different purposes for the
I get it.
Purposes for the song.
I'm with you though.
I'm just using this song that's getting this recognition, and then I'm gonna put this video out to say what I want this video to say, but I'm going to use this song that already got this recognition to push this video.
Because the album's been out for how long now?
It's pushing a year. It's pushing a year.
The album's been out for a while.
So at this point, it definitely wasn't about promotion.
It wasn't about promotion. It was about, I'm going to take the song that's riding this hiatus, the song that's up here that got the recognition, and I'm going to attach this song to this video that I want to put out, that needs to be put out, that needs to be said for y'all to talk about something.
Okay.
It'll be a year in October. I think I
can see that. I can definitely see like Wale putting out the song as a uplifting song, which is what it was. It was just a culture uplifting song, fucking phenomenal song. And then I can see him putting out the video to spark conversation because that's what it just did. He's an artist at the end of the day. A lot of times, man, artists want to put things out to just spark the conversation. Just because we having this conversation with us, with a group of Black men, don't mean that we won't take this conversation further. Yeah. I think at the end of the day, I would say that would probably be one of the main goals, is just for people to take this conversation and push it forward. That's what we were saying at the beginning, when we were saying that, like, the people who he's trying to reach probably won't watch the video. The people who he's trying to reach won't watch the video. I do think part of that is on us with the conversation, just bringing the conversation up ourselves to people who we're not used to having that conversation with. Of course, not everybody's going to listen, but in my experience, a lot of people who I've brought the conversation up with have listened. So I don't really think it's like on us, like, oh, we supposed to be doing that. But if somebody bring the conversation up, then I think it's important for us to be honest.
Yeah. So my only thing with that, I would say, is it's not necessarily sometimes it's not all on Wale himself.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Yes, the video he made is the video he made. There's nothing we can change about that. The way that it caught our attention, the way it caught D's attention, and he brought it to us first, and to speak on it, and to see how we felt about it, and to bring it up as a cultural question, is the same way that we can express it to those who need to see it, who the audiences should be shown to, in our opinion, who need to say it and to see their opinion on it. You know, the same way you send something to one of your bros or a female that you know, you be like, hey, well, what do you think about this? To hear their opinion. Instead of us, you know, we as a culture, we're quick to say, oh, they don't know how it feels to be black. Oh, they don't know what it's like going through this, that, and the third. And like, we always want to be so negative with what we want to say or how we feel about something. So it's just different.
Right. Because at the end of the day, they're not. As much as we can say, oh, they don't know how it feels like to be us, yeah, they never will.
They don't. They never will.
This is something about us that's going to be with us until we die. It's like they used to say, the only thing I got to do is stay black and die, because that's always going to happen.
That's it.
Like, for sure. So just we got 10 minutes left. So, I mean, we beat the head off this one. Just to freestyle it. All right. Fun question.
Uh-oh.
Just to freestyle it. So when it comes to, you know, just anything in general, like me and my mom had like a really good talk on our way back down from VMI, and it's talking about knowing your worth. Yeah, shout out Dukes, of course. So we had a really deep conversation about just like knowing your worth. So when did y'all, you know, find y'all worth in life, in a sense? When do y'all think y'all hit that peak, or if y'all haven't, when do y'all think y'all will?
When I graduated?
No. Oh, hold on. Knowing your worth, because I think that's a multi-layered.
It's a very multi-layered question. Yeah.
Knowing your worth, because you got so many layers of who you are. Knowing your worth just as a man, as a black man. Knowing your worth as a significant other. Knowing your worth as a student,
being in society.
Somebody like, yeah. So like, what do you?
Just I mean, just either one. It doesn't really matter for. I was just saying, like, in general. I mean, so for you, D, like, you being married. So what do you think, like, when it comes to like your marriage, like, what's your worth in the marriage type of thing? Like, what do you bring to your marriage?
Oh, that's tough.
Jesus,
that's a loaded question.
That's a two-part
question, big dog.
Hold on.
Hey, look, hey, it's an alley though. Hey, look, you can take this. And you can throw it down, bro.
The thing is, I don't know if I can necessarily answer that. I can tell you all I want all day, but it don't really matter, because what I bring, whose opinion matters, is my wife's. But what I learned from my parents growing up, I would see Pops come home with some flowers, and my mom loves flowers. He'd come home with just different things here and there, and seeing that. And like I said earlier when we talked, there's a certain point in your life as a man when you realize, I got to be a man. I would say that probably happened 21, 22, within me and Haley's first couple months of dating. We ain't gonna get all into it. There was a moment. Shut up, man. Shut up. It was a moment in our relationship where it was my first clash against my parents. And I realized, well, crap. I'm either gonna be a man and I'm gonna stand up, or I'm gonna be a little kid and
just let them have it.
Single. Right. And so, and even that's good. There were moments prior to that where it's like, all right, I'm gonna let him have it. But it got to a point where it was like, this is it. That's it. You gotta pop that titty out. You gotta pull your pants up.
I was there.
So I think
I was there.
You said what? You were there? Yeah, he was there. He was there. So it's like, for me, I learned my worth
and learned, hey, you got to be a man, I'd probably say 21. It was at that moment.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead,
yeah, when y'all think y'all hit that point, that crossover
I'll probably
to cross
say,
over to
well,
the
this
manhood?
is like you said, it's multi-layered. So I'm gonna speak on like my worth in society as a human being, not a black man, because that's a totally different thing. But as a human being, I would say my worth. I learned my worth probably my first job, man. My first job out of college, I was a what do you call it? I totally forgot the name of the position.
Working with the city.
I work for WIOA. It's called the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act. And what we do, man, is like people who got laid off or people who were out of school for a long time. We would figure out ways to get them basically like specialty certificates, man, so that they could stop going from dead end to dead end to dead end and actually start to create a career. And I think I was a selfish guy coming out of college. I felt like everything was supposed to go the way it was supposed to go. You know what I mean? Like, and when things didn't go that way, you know, I sort of looked for a person to blame. But like D said, there's a time in your life where you got to become a man and things happen. And I think that's when it happened for me, because like my first day on the job, I had been out of school. I've been out of school for about 8 months. I couldn't really find employment, so it was really hard. My first job, my very first day on my job, I will never forget it in my life. My very first client came into my office. I had been complaining about 8 months, guys. This guy comes into my office, man. He sits down. He's like, "Hey, I haven't seen you here before." He was like, "I'm hoping something's different." First thing he said out of his mouth, man, is like, "Hey, you know, I've been trying." He said, "I've been trying to find steady employment for 10 years." He's like, "I got a family. I got kids." He's like, "It's hard." And like that, when I tell you, like, I looked up, I left my office and went in the bathroom and like looked up, and I was like trying to stop from crying because I felt it was the most selfish I had ever felt in my life. So like, but I looked up the God and I told God, thank you. I was like, thank you. Because in that moment, he revealed his purpose to me. And that's to help people. Like, help people. Like, no matter what, as much as you're able to, help people.
Preach. Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of hard trying to
follow that.
Go after that.
Go ahead, Mr. Coley, you got it.
Go ahead.
All right, so it happened for me. It happened twice, and the first time was more so my worth to me. Because if you don't tell yourself, you know, that you're capable of doing a whole lot of stuff, you won't do it. So it's very important to have to not just convince yourself, but to truly believe that to yourself, you are worthy to do whatever you have your mind to do and going after it, get it. So that was probably after my freshman year of school. The world was just like, I feel like the world was on top of me at that point. First time actually truly facing adversity, where it was like I didn't know whether my future or me was going to get was going to get in the way of what I had planned on doing. So to be faced at the crossroad, to say like, I don't know if I want to continue to do this, to go through this, to achieve what ultimately I want to achieve, and then saying, you know what, I'm gonna just walk away from it all, and then having to figure it out from there. So that point was eye-opening, and I got to know who I was, and I got to know myself, and I got to know what I enjoy, what I love doing, and everything that I was going through was for a reason. But then I also realized that we take life for granted because we try to look towards the future before we can get past tomorrow. And, you know, sometimes we just kind of have to take a step back and live now, live in the moment, enjoy what you do today, because tomorrow isn't promised. And you get taught that growing up, but you don't realize it until you actually are faced with that. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. I just need to slow down. I need to enjoy what's going on right now, and I need to do everything right now 100% and not have any regret. Living with no regret possibly was like, at that moment, was the best thing that ever happened in my life. And that was the first time. And then the second time, it was kind of almost the same similar feeling of the world being on top of me. But at the same time, I wasn't faced with that battle with myself. It was more so my worst to the world. I'm like, am I going to let the world dictate who I'm going to be to everybody else? Or am I going to dictate what I want to be to the world? And at that point, it was just like, you know what? I'm okay. I'm okay with the outcome. I'm okay with everything that's going on. I'm okay. And now, moving forward, I'm going to do this how I feel like I'm going to best impact the people around me, the world itself, and even so be a role model to somebody else behind me to say, hey, I want to be like him when I grow up. And being faced
use a role model to people. Use a role model to people in front of you, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, it's
Use a role model for people in front of you.
Definitely.
It's at that time in my life, I thought, I just have ruined everything. I thought it was the biggest mistake I had possibly made in my life. I didn't know how to do it, and I'm thankful for the people I surround myself with, because the people I surround myself with helped me get through that moment, like more than they even knew at that time in my life. And it was just like, you know what, I owe it to myself, and I owe it to the people that are coming up behind me, the people that actually believe in me in front of me, to get over this hump, to not give them the satisfaction of saying, oh, you don't have us to depend on. And it's just like, well, I don't care. Like, I can make a name for myself, and I can do it without you, and I can turn around and look at you and laugh in your face like, hey, you had me and you thought I didn't need you, but y'all needed me. So that was that satisfaction. Was just like, oh, that's all I need, really. And that's when I found my meaning to the world. And I was 20? I don't think I had turned 21 yet. So the first time is when I turned 19. Second time is when I was 21.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Y'all taking the words straight out of my mouth.
Go ahead, E.
I have nothing to say. Like, literally everything Dod just said is kind of like my situation now. I think I really realized my worth doing this last summer. Before, I honestly probably wouldn't have been doing this podcast. I'd probably been on the boat somewhere because I was studying to be a merchant seaman. So in August, I was supposed to be gone. And up until this time, before I decided to do the merchant seaman thing, I've tried multiple times to go into the Navy, and it's just never worked out for me. I went through 4 recruiters, bro, and every time it just fell through. So as a young kid, I was probably like 19 at the time, and you're around such successful parents. And, my dad, he's definitely a role model to me. And he was in the Navy for up to 24 years plus. And all you want to do is you want to please your dad, please your parents, really, but more so your father. And in my mind, like Don said, you're looking for everything that happens so fast. You're looking for, I'm here now, and they're gonna accept me here. And when the Navy didn't happen for me, I've started to submit to this thing where, like, damn, like, what am I gonna do? And so the merchant seaman came around, and it sounded like such a great gig to me. And I applied everything I do. I apply full force, and I do it to the best of my ability to make sure that I can get that shit done. And I love to pat myself on the back. So this process took me a good year, bro. Like, I went through everything. I paid for physicals. I worked out a hell of a lot to get down to a weight that I wanted to get down on. I paid for a passport, merchant pass to get on, different boats and shit. Like, I did everything I needed to do. And then I even learned how to swim, bro. If y'all don't know anything about me, I don't know how to swim at all. I almost drowned at water country. That's a whole different. That's a story for another day. But it forced me to get over that hump. Like, not knowing how to swim definitely had a hold on me as a man, because I really did want to learn how to swim, just not for me, but just for others. Like, when I have a kid, I don't want him to not know how to swim. And I feel like that's Black people's crutch, is not know how to swim. I know we make a joke about that all the time, but we don't know how to swim. All over the world, we don't know how to swim. And I swam for the first time in like 20 feet water, bro. And like, in this whole time, I never thought I was going to be able to do it. Like, this whole week, the instructor was telling us, like, yeah, we got a swim test this week. You know, we got to prepare for it. We got to prepare. And I was like, bro, I'm not going to do it. This is going to be the thing. Because in my mind, I'm already looking at something like, I'm not going to be able to do that because this thing here, like, I'm not even going to go that route because, like, I'm already going to fail. I already have failure in my mind in certain things because the Navy thing didn't work out for me, and, like, everything else past that didn't work out for me. So now everything in my mind is played to now everything I go towards, oh, I'm going to fail because of this. I'm going to fail because of that. So when I got to the pool, I was scared to death, bro. Like, I don't think, bro, like, I'm not gonna, like, I'm a drown in front of these people. Like, I'm not gonna get my certificates done, bro. I'm not gonna make it. And then I got in that water and I floated, bro. So, like, that was probably the happiest I've ever been in my life, just to know, like, bro, like, I put my mind to, like, I'm not gonna fail this shit, bro. Like, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna be a winner. So with that happiness, right? You would think in the movie, oh, yeah, you know, fairy tales, you know, flowers, bloom, da-da-da. 2 months later, they called me back. I got the job in this amount of time. I applied for a job and everything. And by the time I got to the end where I was supposed to go into New Jersey for a training, they called me and told me I wasn't going to make it because of something that happened in my application process or something like that. So now I'm in this mind to where, like, damn, bro, like, again, bro, like, I'm back in this mode of disappointment. And, like, this shit happened when I was with my father. I was on my way to lunch with him. Cause, you know, in my mind, I'm like, yo, like, this is my start of my life, bro. I'm about to go out in this world. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna have, like, everything answered. Like, I had a whole plan up to this point. And to have that ball just drop on me in that moment, that was probably the most unhappy I've ever been in my life. Not because, like, oh, I didn't get the job. It's just, like, as a man, I never want to depend on nobody, especially at this age. Like, you know, I'm only 23, bro, and I'm young, and I still feel like I should be way ahead than where I am now. But, like, my dad, he kind of grounded me to, you know, it's like, bro, don't freak out. You know, you're gonna make it. Just, you got to keep going. And, you know, after a week of just grieving, and, you know, it was just like, I was upset. I got back in my mind and I said, you know what, bro? Fuck that. I'm going to go out and get this job. And I got a job the next day at Planet Fitness. Now, that's nothing, but anybody else would have took that situation.
Hey, it's something, bro. That's
something. Look, your time is your time, big dog.
Fact. Sure. Anybody would have took that situation.
Something, my boy.
I'm done with it. And, you know, somebody probably would have really hurt themselves at that situation after going through those many failures at a time, and just said, fuck it, I'm done. I got back on my feet, and I went, you know, full street ahead, and I went to school after that. I never went to school after high school because in my mind, I didn't want to waste my time or my parents' money because I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do yet. So I skipped college and I went straight to work full time, and it's been a great experience for me because I came out of that. I learned that I had a strong love for music. I did photography for a long period of time. I still do photography today. I brought my first camera during that time. Like, I found out so many different things about myself during that stretch of time that I wouldn't, you know, I don't regret not going to school right away because I wouldn't be who I am today. And going and getting on my feet and getting that job and, you know, just a state of mind to where I'm okay. You know, I'm just full street ahead. It made me feel like, yo, I really found myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is who I am. I'm like, just because something went wrong doesn't mean I'm a failure. And I have if you know me, I have a big thing with really, like, blaming myself for every situation that goes wrong. I blame myself for everything. I'm hard on myself. And sometimes I got to just, you know, sit there and just like, hey, this is a part of the journey. And one day it's going to pass through. I could tell my kids it's the shit one day, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly how I'm going through it right now, for real. Be like, yo, like it's life. That's the part I'm hitting right now. Go ahead, Reek. I'll end it. Go ahead.
You said me.
Yeah.
Actually, go ahead, Tom.
All right. So for me, like that moment that you said that you had, like, you know, when they called you and was like, yo, like you didn't get it. That was like, that kind of happened to me, like, going into this year type of thing. Just like with everything that happened to me over the summer, I'm not going to dive too deep into it, but I had plans and the ball kind of dropped on me and broke, shattered. I like to say, like, I was putting the finishing touches on a puzzle, and while I was putting the puzzle in the frame, the puzzle fell and broke. So now I was like, dang. And when I said that jank hurt, it hurt. It hit me deep. And I just went into like a depression that most people don't know, because I hide my emotions very, very well. I suppress my emotions very, very well. So I went through a whole lot, like, just internally. And then after that, I kind of, you know, pulled myself out of it, and then I kind of fell back into it. And then what really pulled me out of it was this weekend, my mom had, like, we went up to VMI, we just had like a deep conversation about everything. It's like life in general. And like, she was like, yo, like, you gotta know your worth, like, for real. Like, you have to understand who you are and what you bring to this world. And I was like, dang, like sometimes she knows, like, sometimes, like, whenever she talks, like, some things go in and out, and like, but that, like, really stuck with me, for real. Like, it really hit. So now it's just like, now I gotta, what I'm really focusing on is this last week of school. That's it. And after that, I'll go from there. But that really hit home. So I really wanted to see what everybody thought about, you know, knowing their worth, because for me, I'm still trying to figure it out, but I'm finally up now. I like to say I was asleep for a while.
You might need to ask your mom as another member to the podcast.
Oh, bro, she will go off. I'm telling you.
Yeah, she
might be everybody's member for real. At least ask her to give us a topic each day, because
ask her to give us a topic.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Label that section mom's question. That was it for you, Tom? So pretty much, I would say for me, mine definitely was knowing my worth. Was definitely when I was 18. Personally, it was me from when I was 18. I felt like I had everything on track the way I wanted things to go, you know, just about. I mean, I had a rough childhood. Everybody's had their moments with different things that they go through, for sure. But at that point in my life, I felt like I had everything on track. I was going great. Like, I finished high school, like, on the top of the world as a senior, you know, great GPA, going to school with almost a full ride. It was like 3/4 of a way full ride for running track. So, you know, I get to school, running track. Everything was great. Had a great first season. Ran cross country, ran indoor, outdoor. GPA was a 3.6. I'm feeling great, you know. Ending my freshman year. Yeah, right. Ending my freshman year, and literally I left to go home that Sunday from school. That following Thursday, that following week, my mom passed away. So with that, anybody that knows me knows that my mom was like my world, my passion, my everything. Like, Don knows for sure. His peoples and my mom were cool. So
that's the goal.
That's honestly how me and Don got close when we first started running track together, because our peoples was close. And my mom is the way I am today. The reason I act a fool, the reason I'm goofy, the reason I do so much stupid stuff, the way I got a smart mouth, it's all because of her. So with that being said, when she was gone, her being my rock and my everything, like, she was who I did everything for. Not gonna lie to y'all, bro, I felt like I didn't need to be here no more. That was just me. I'm gonna be 100% real. Some people are afraid to say it. Some people can't say it. Some people don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
Being 25 at this point in my life, looking back at 18, I felt like I didn't need to be here anymore. Like, I just really felt like when my mom gone, she's gone, what do I need to be here for? She was the reason I was doing everything. It wasn't for me. It was for her. So, you know, with her passing, me sitting there having nothing but time to think to myself, like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, when my mom passed away, I felt like I was in jail. Like, I felt like I was living for nothing. I felt like I was sitting in a room, staring at a wall, doing nothing but thinking, and had nothing but time to myself. And I was just like, well, Tyreek, what would your mom say to you at this point in your life for real? Like, what would she tell you? And it was honestly, literally some slick shit. Like, I know my mom. She'd be like, boy, if you don't really get your ass up, like, why are you really sitting here, like, acting like a big-ass crybaby no more? You 18. If you don't grow up and take care of everything that you need to take care of, I raised you better than this. So, you know, hearing my mom say that in my head and consistently hearing that, I hear her say that to me in the back of my head at 25 right now. Like, nigga, I will be getting food at a restaurant somewhere and I can hear my mom, you really gonna spend your money on that food? And I'm like, damn, do I really want to spend that shit right now? I'm just being real though. Like, I'm just being real. Like, that's some things that you have to just kind of like sit with yourself and just think on. So with that being said, when I was 18, you know, I had to, being that it happened right in the beginning of the summer for me for college, that's in May. My mom passed away May 8th. So it'll be 6 years this year coming up on May 8th. And with that, when that happened at the time, I had moments where I'm like, I'm not going back to school. I'm not running track no more. I'm just going to have to work. I guess nothing else I could do. If I'm going to stay here, this is what I have to do. And at the end of the day, I told my mom, I made a promise to my mom, and every promise, I don't make promises I can't keep. That's one thing I do not do. I'm not going to make a promise that I cannot keep. I made a promise to my mom that I was gonna be the first generation college graduate, and I was gonna be 4 and out. No questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. That was it. 4 and out. So the first thing I did was called and I made sure I got everything straight with financial aid as far as me going back to school and having everything straight. Bam, stamped that. I was good. Now that I got that straight, you know, you get a step forward. Y'all know the saying, every time you take a step forward, you get knocked back 2 more steps.
Oh, yes.
So they hit me with that. I get myself back to school. I'm like, all right, I'm straight. Here come the government. I'm sorry to tell you this, but as far as you being 18, all of the responsibilities that your mom had, now that you being their biological son, everything falls on you. So if you're unable to make these payments on these cars in this house, we will have to disclose them. So now I'm sitting here, I don't have a home. Wow. They took my mom's car and they took my car. So I'm like, now what I'm gonna do? So I'm like, ain't no need to get down on yourself. Work, get it together, get right, let's go. If you're still alive, if you're still moving, it's gonna work out at the end of the day. As long as you pushing, it's gonna work out at the end of the day. So it was like at 18, instead of me turning 19, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I felt like I turned 25 at that point in my life than where I am now. Like where most guys reach at 25, I had that shit at 18. So I'm sitting here, I'm working 2 jobs. I had 2 jobs in the 3 jobs in the summer. School year started, I had 2 jobs. I ran track and I'm trying to focus on school. I had so many meltdowns and breakdowns at that point. And I'm like, when I go to campus and people see me at school, people see me at work, they be like, you always got a smile on your face. You always somehow can do this, that, and the third. And that's when I realized in my life, I'm good at putting a smile on people's faces and bringing brightness to their day. Somehow, some way. I realized that kids are my passion because I was always around kids with every job I had, just about. Every job. So it was like when I found that, life got so much better for me. When you really like truly find what you feel your destiny, not even with your career, your job, or anything, when you find out what you feel is best for you to be doing in life, things get so much simpler. Like, Ty, with you about to finish and everything, and I would say the same to Reek as he just finished. Congratulations to Ty too. He's graduated, guys.
Shout out to you, big bro.
He's finished.
Shout out to you, man.
Definitely want to give him a congratulations. Shout out to bro. Ty, you coming to an end too. Finish strong, bro. Do not rush it. Do not question. The same way the same way Ian said he wasn't sure what he was going to do. You know, it's difficult. All of us go through that phase sometimes. Not everybody. I don't know, I would probably say a good 60% of us that finish school, maybe more, don't really know what they want to do, if that's really what they want to do when they finish. It's not for everybody. You have time. Don't rush it. Do what's for you. Like, when I found that out and I figured out putting a smile on people's faces, just making them laugh, that brightens my day every day. I can have a bad day, But if I could put a smile on somebody else's face, I'm good. That's going to make me better at the end of the day. And I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep moving because that's what my mom did. That's what she had me do. That's what we did. So it just pushes you further along, like so much more in life. And every day I thank her, like just for being her and making me who I am today. That's just simple as that. So I would definitely say 18 for me when I lost my mom. That's when I found myself.
That's deep, man. I appreciate y'all for real. I appreciate it.
Man.
Sure.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you, man. When we get the floor, bro, that thing.
These last hours, bro.
Yeah, it's about the last hours for us, dog. We go into it.
Yeah, man. It's definitely something. But that's gonna wrap it up for the day. I appreciate everybody showing up. I appreciate everybody out there.
Love,
keep supporting for sure. Keep showing love. Definitely appreciate it. All the descriptions will be below, all the timestamps, and then we are going to cut up each segment too. So if you don't want to watch the whole video, you got the segments too. We'll get it all popping. But I appreciate y'all.
Leave a comment at the bottom. Let us
definitely comment. Yeah, show love.
Like the video. If you have any questions or any topics for us, let us know.
For sure. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all.